So this is something to basically to hide a drain in a patio. So the customer suggested it, and it's a compass, and it actually hides the drain pretty well. You just almost don't see the drain. You just see the compass pattern. And lots of times in these pictures, some of the stuff I was very reluctant to do, but went ahead and did it, and it ended up working pretty good. So hopefully some of the ideas you'll find interesting or useful, or you'll copy or extend. This is just, I didn't know I could do this, but this is work to, I can't even remember where, to maybe here was, so on the left was from 1970 something, and all this on the right matched it, and I did this 1 or 2 years ago. This is this wall is a certain height off the brick. The brick was already there, and it just follows the line of the edge of the brick, and it's going to be a planter. I haven't seen it, but it would have been filled in by now. It's quite a while ago, and I like this. I didn't really want to do this either, but this type of top is at an awkward height for anybody, and but it turned out pretty nice, and the snaky effect is pretty interesting too, and yeah, it goes on for a long distance. I've done several walls like this, and if I had the choice beforehand, I wouldn't have done it. I would have just done the ordinary concrete cap, but they look pretty interesting. This is an outdoor kitchen I did. I didn't do the brickwork, but me and the homeowner prepared everything for the brickwork. So yeah, I totally didn't know what he was planning, but followed up his what he wanted, and ended up pretty good. So here's his sink, here's some sort of barbecue, some other sort of barbecue, a fridge, and this is his countertop material, some sort of fancy slatey stuff, and I have it here, here, here. Up here is just a hand-formed concrete cap, and this is well, this one isn't hand-formed, but it's a mantle. This next one I did very recently. It hasn't been acid washed. This is hand-formed cap, and there's brick on top and slate, and this is I actually put in this fence. It looks really nice, well, to me anyway, and homeowner's pretty happy with it too. This I did maybe 5 years ago. So this is unjointed. It's basically just recessed and brushed, but nothing special about the jointing, and it's just hand-formed cap again, a thin one, and I think it looks okay. This is all material from the site, and actually that snaky wall, that was all material from this site as well, stuff they had broken out for something else. And I really like to use material from if there's material from a construction already there, it's awesome to use it. So this is the other side of this thing I did. So these caps here on the outside ones are 5-sided because it has to swing a certain way. It's just in the design. This is hand-formed cap again, brick and slate top to it. This is the other. The lights, I believe, are going to change. This is the 5-sided thing. From this angle it looks slightly wrong, but it's actually there's not really much you can do. You guesstimate the top, and from most angles it looks good. And this is a heart I did years ago, but this is hand-formed. This was all done by eye, so even to the extent where one side of the heart is slightly larger than the other, and yeah, it was just planned out. And you just you do it, you stand back, you adjust things slightly, and it didn't take that long. But I don't know. Yeah, here it is from another angle. I can't remember why I put the stones on it for. Um, these are. This is something that people don't generally do, but which can work out really well. I did have strawberries in these holes here, but strawberries didn't seem to work out. Thyme, and I think this is thyme here, but thyme, sage, and curry plant worked really, really well in these. And there's some succulent wall plants work really well in these as well. So it's just a case of finding the right plant, and in this case I didn't. And don't do it on the north side, it doesn't work good. This is just a fun little project that I had for myself, where I made this cob house, and the windows are limestone, basically DIY limestone, where you mix garden lime powder stuff, that's just limestone, with hydrated lime that you get from a bag, and just playing with it. Anyway, it's very forgiving material. You can change it after doing it pretty easily. These are steps before they're finished, and unfortunately I don't have a finished picture of these. These are other ones just before they're finished. So this was just a little bit messy because the drywall guys had walked on it. So it was actually, this looks really nice, and things are unfinished here. Here's a drain on that side. This is for a wood fire thing, with the four legs and standing up off the ground. I've never actually seen it, so I don't know what it looks like. This is to show, you see this here, and you see above. So if you can imagine this like this, that's the difference that makes when you fill in the holes. This is a seat, and this is either for beer or for stepping down from this straight onto the patio. Now these are hand formed again. Like, you just use a dry mix and just work it right, and you can have your seat, or you can have your beer or step places. So this is from the other side. I think I must have enhanced this because it looks messed up. So here's, it's gone anyway. So there's the hammer here, and still this work not done. Somewhere I have it shown where it's done. I'm not sure what I'm doing now. Why did I show you this picture? Not sure. Anyway, here's one of these just places where you can set things up, and this was just to hide the holes in between the big boulders. This is one of my enhanced photos where it makes blacker and so forth. So this would eventually fade to the same color as the jointing in this or in this. So it would look way better eventually. And these are the holes filled. Not sure why I did this. Anyway, this is slate, and the dry color is like this, and I can't remember why I sprayed it down, just to show the jointing maybe. And anyway, it would be very similar in color when it's dry to the asphalt beside it. I don't know why I put in this. This was my first attempt at extending the caps. Well, one of my attempts at extending the caps a bit wider, and afterwards you can still smooth off the underneath, like here. You can still smooth that off. This is tight fit sandstone job, and all this material came from the site. So they blasted out the material, got rid of some, and some I just reused to remodel everything. Hide concrete here, make a planter here, hide concrete up here, and just beautify some of the boulders that they couldn't move. Here it is, like, here's one of the boulders they could not move, so we put in this This was to hide, there's maybe a little piece of boulder here, there's a boulder here. So this hides one boulder, you have a planter behind it. This hides another planter. And there's little holes, like as I was making it, I have, so that the guys can put their irrigation to all the planters. They're all connected. Even this one, I think. There might be a planter up here too, I can't remember. Anyway, this was, this is a dry stack. And you know, wall plants will go through all these, because it's not actually dry stack because I use soil between the stones as well, but the plants will grow really well between them if you select the right plants. This was, what the heck is this? Oh yeah, there's water comes down here, and the pipe, I guess we should have had a black pipe in there or painted, but this was just for overflow of water that comes down. This comes down off the patio. There's a patio up here. And all these steps here, 1, 2, 3, there's, I don't know, 20 steps or something like that going from this area down. And that's all material that we salvaged from the site when they changed it. This is my sister on the wall I made, 20, something like 20 years ago. And there's Sally and Brandy, the two dogs. I think Brandy might still be with us. So it mustn't have been 20 years. Anyway, this is another thing I did. It's I didn't want to do this. I wanted to make little small ones because I'm a little bit lazy, I guess. Anyway, it's pretty wide. It's got landing in the middle, another landing up top, and this is it from the top. So it's not a very good picture, but 1, 2, 3, 4 steps landing, and another 4 or 5. Oh, I think it's more than 4 in each case. It's something like 7 and 6 or something like that. But this actually turned out really well, and it's the favorite feature of one of the homeowners here on the whole thing. This we didn't wash it or clean it, and every year a little of the cement on the stones disappears, and it looks nicer with each passing year. This is for ducks. The homeowner wanted me to protect the tree. The ducks were causing all this erosion damage beside this pond. I think it's called Mystic Pond or Mystic Lake. So this was so that little baby ducks could jump out, follow the mommy up here, and when she suns herself on the grass. And this is another thing he got me to make. And it's a kind of a style. It's a little walking pad for the ducks, and that might be a duck there. It's an old photo. So the duck. Prior to this being made, the mommy duck would go up and sun herself, not thinking that little baby ducks couldn't follow. But now, and I've actually seen it, and I have a picture somewhere, I think, of the ducks following mommy up the path. Prior to that, they didn't follow her up, and sometimes a seagull would come down and grab a duck. And my labourer on this job actually got to see a seagull eat a duck, which is not a very nice sight. Little duckling. So now they're quite a lot safer because they can follow mommy when mommy wants a rest away from the water, or maybe away from her little ducklings. So this I had to, this is old, so maybe 20 years old or whatever. I had to copy it. So I didn't do a perfect copied job. This was my copy. But it's pretty good. I couldn't find quite the right colours, not enough white in this, but it's pretty good copy, and the people were really, really happy with it. And there is a gap between the wood and the stone, just in case anyone's worried about that. This is more of, so this is something one of the contractors I work for suggested, and the owner went for it. So it's something very simple you can do when you're building a big, boring, featureless wall. This, there's going to be a hot tub here, and people can rest their wine glasses on this. And this one I can't remember what it's for. But this is the little cups and things are just to show that it's pretty level. This is a stile. Now a stile is something that we have lots in Europe, but not so much here. And it's just stepping stones to get from one area to another. And the reason for stepping stones like that is it takes a lot less effort and a lot less money for the homeowner to make a couple of these than to make steps to get from there to there. And if you want to ruin your trousers, you can reach if you're young, but as you get older, it's much harder to, get up to 2 feet or 2.5 feet, whatever it is. Here it is from the underside. So it's ugly from the underside, but as long as you have a flat top and a good solid rock, you don't even see this. Here's another style. This is at my home place. So 1, 2, 3, 4 into this planter, and this is it from the top. So the first one for me at the moment is redundant, but as I get older maybe I'll need it. And this isn't seen. You have to go behind. This is on the north side of it, so no one sees this, and it's to hide this as well, and to be able to get into the planter is really good sometimes. So that's the end of the little masonry video, and I hope it gives people some ideas. With the style, it's just so much cheaper than making steps, and lots of places you can do it, and it's interesting as well, and it's great use of material. So anyway, I hope you liked some of this, and people will use it on their own work.